Hello air signs, this is your reading for the next 7 days. I'm starting with Aquarius, then Libra and then Gemini. On the dice we have got the North Node, so your point of destiny, the direction you should be moving in ultimately. And we have the second house, so your earned income, possessions could be very much in focus this week. And we have Capricorn, a very hard working sign, but it may be a Capricorn you're dealing with, or you might want to look at where Capricorn is in your chart. Aquarius, you've got the Nautilus Princess, and I think you've had this before. I'm not sure when, but it wasn't that long ago. Powerful personal growth. So it can come through as a bit emotional because she is very much underwater. It can be someone who's kind of been asked to like take their potential seriously, kind of being guided to take a more senior role sometimes, put in a place where it maybe doesn't feel like completely natural for you, but it's out with your comfort zone. It's ultimately the direction that you should be moving in. You may have some sort of emotional transformation this week, and that could come via a friend, maybe older, or someone who's more experienced. Someone may have some skills or tips that they can share with you, or even some secrets that might enable you to move to the next level. This is all about moving to the next level for you, Aquarius, because you have the threshold, which is about stepping through that door. Yeah, the doorway is open. It's an initiation. It's a bit of a precipice, I should say, because you're walking onto a fault line, which is a little bit concerning. Now, it is in reverse. It doesn't mean that it's not there. It means that what you're stepping into maybe feels quite precarious as far as you're concerned, or it may indeed be precarious, but from what I'm seeing in your Lenormand, absolutely not. I will take one more layer of clarification for you all. But ultimately, you may be under some sort of delusion here when the fault line's in reverse. You may be oblivious to, you know, there being any sort of like cracks or fissures in your life. It may be specifically with regards to income in the second house, bear in mind. But you're being asked to step through the door, and once you make that step, that through this threshold, there's kind of no turning back. So you might be in two minds about it, basically. But you've got the fish, the ring, and the letter. I mean, combinations, it's a financial contract is one of them. It can speak of a wealthy marriage. So I don't know if you're interested in marriage, would like to get married. This can literally be an invitation of marriage. It is about possibly a gift of jewellery, or purchasing a jewellery, maybe purchasing quite a lot of it. The fish is a card of money. Cash inflows, sometimes out, but it's usually coming in here. And it also depicts the King of Pentacles, you know, so this could really be a job offer, and it's one that's probably in writing, involves some sort of contract here. So there's a partnership agreement, there's a wedding, possible invitation, or maybe there's something around a wedding certificate. Someone wants to make things official. I don't know if that just makes you incredibly nervous taking that step because you feel that in some way it's kind of precarious. But in terms of Lenormand, it looks fantastic. So let's just take a little bit of tarot for Aquarius, please. Next 7 days. Tell me about the fish, the ring, and the letter for Aquarius. Next 7 days. It's a 9 of coins. Fish, ring, and letter, Aquarius. It might almost feel like a job that's like too heavy for you, too big for you. You know, you might have a bit of imposter syndrome when this comes through. Show me the fish for Aquarius. It's the King of Swords. I did say it's the King of Pentacles, but it's the King of Swords. So this could be, you know, a masculine in your life. It could be the one that's making the offer. It could be someone who's very wealthy, would like to offer you maybe a job or a ring. Show me the King of Swords in the Aquarius reading. Why has he got the fish? Show me the King of Swords in the Aquarius reading. He is in his upright. Now this guy, sometimes he can come through as a lawyer, a barrister, a judge. You know, a professional figure, someone who's very clear thinking, very logical. There's not a lot of warmth with him. He's a fantastic communicator. Just look chilly. Tell me about this King of Swords in the Aquarius reading. Obviously, it can be your own energy. King of Swords in the Aquarius reading, but there's money. Show me the King of Swords, the moneyed King of Swords. King of Swords in the Aquarius reading. It's the an alchemist. Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. See, somebody's going to change things up in a big way or has that ability. This is like, you know, magician energy. It's an initiator. See, someone who has the capacity to grow money. You know, this may be someone who's going to advise you in terms of your investments, for example. Show me this King of Swords for Aquarius. It's a miser. But he's in his upright, so to me that's a Midas. An entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delights in sharing life's riches. Well, there you go. I mean, we can't grumble about that. So show me what this ring is. The ring for Aquarius. Show me the ring for Aquarius. The Emperor. 3 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Coins. The letter for Aquarius. The letter. Just one, please. No, get one. Oh, Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands has turned up in your reading before, and she's somebody that's hidden. And the Page of Cups here. So we've got the King of Swords, who I do believe is the Emperor as well. Okay, but this can speak of like an authority figure, a boss, a CEO, a company owner that this contract is coming from. Now, I don't know why with the 5 of Pentacles here, if it's something that doesn't match your expectations. There may be an apology coming from this person, or this could be someone that you might be, who's maybe like cut you off in the past. With the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles here. This is maybe an old job that you used to do. And this is like an old boss that's coming back wanting to change things up. Maybe things are going well for them. Maybe they're expanding the company. Maybe they need you back. But the Queen of Wands here. I mean, this could be your energy, but I don't like this Queen of Wands. This is my Queen of Wands, who I always think is up to no good, you know. And she does have the moon, but she suggests there's something hidden or secretive about this Queen of Wands. I'm here coming around again with, who sings Coming Around Again? Carly Simon. That's the ring. The ring can speak of cycles. Queen of Wands in the Aquarius reading. Queen of Wands in the Aquarius reading. Queen of Wands in the Aquarius reading. Maybe this... How on earth did that get there? That's my deck up there. Block. That is hilarious. That managed to find its way into this deck. A mountain. Rescuer in reverse. Assumes that the rescued will reciprocate and keeps the rescued one needy. The Queen of Wands for Aquarius. Why is she here? Slave. I keep seeing Thief at the base of the deck for this Queen of Wands. Now, if you remember, she's a lover. So I think she's somebody's ex. I don't think she's your ex. If you remember, there was the organ grinder's monkey reading. She was the one who was connected with the King of Swords. Remember? She was there. And she was the one I felt that he was using as a mediator to communicate with the Empress. And I'm just getting this similar vibe again. And maybe for you, I don't know if this offer is very tempting or very good, but you do feel it is precarious, and it might well be. Whoever this Queen of Wands is, she needs to be blocked out. Obliterated is actually what I'm hearing. I don't know who she is to you. I'd love to hear, because I say she keeps coming through. She's somebody's ex-lover, or she's obsessive about somebody. Maybe this King of Swords. Maybe this is you. She's self-destructive, and she does everything under cover, under the dark. You never know what's going on with this one. This may be someone you have blocked communication with, or this week you will be blocking communication with this one. This King of Swords, I think, might be somebody who wants to come back. I don't know if he's got his company back or he's got his money back. He wants to make some sort of repair job here. Now, I'm conscious that the Midas Miser card came out in reverse here. This could be somebody who does hoard wealth, who doesn't like to share, which is why the Five of Pentacles is here. So anyway, Aquarius, let's just take your advice for the week and see if that clarifies. Show me the advice for Aquarius regarding this contract. What advice do you have for Aquarius regarding this ring? Let's just call it what it is. This ring, partnership, contract. What advice do you have for Aquarius regarding this ring? Advice for Aquarius regarding the ring. The Shaman. Advice for Aquarius regarding the ring. Oh, with the Fire Guardian's nice. That's normally a passionate new love affair. We have got the Shaman. And the Shaman speaks about releasing lower energies. So this might be something that's coming around again. It's removing negative patterns. He's a guide. And he wants you to be conscious of the patterns within the patterns, what you keep repeating. But there's also something that might get your juices flowing here with the Fire Guardian. This can speak of a new love relationship. It does feel very fiery energy. I mean, maybe it was a Capricorn. Maybe you can guide you towards a Capricorn. But in terms of your passions, it may be that something on the job front with the second house here. There's something that, you know, you're going to be excited about. So let me know how that resonates, Aquarius. But that is your reading for the next 7 days. And we are moving on to Libra. Libra, you have got my Mermaid of Immersion. So this is all in this week. This is completely immersing yourself in a project and whatever it may be for you. It may be something you've kind of like, you know, been putting off or procrastinating or holding back on. But this card sometimes comes through when you've been asking for change, and here's your change, and you've been told to take it pretty much. So, yeah, very much time to go full in. Now, this may be specifically in connection with you and your child and your grandmother, your child and your own mother. There's a combination of the eternal child and the crone here. So I don't know if that means like repairing bridges in terms of a connection between a child and a mother or an older woman here. It might be like to give some sort of like sage advice to a child. I feel that you are committing in some way in relation to your children. Now, it might be that you want to become a teacher, for example, and now you're going to like start a course in terms of becoming a teacher. Or you want to be a clairvoyant, so you're going to, you know, go down that route. Or you want to, I don't know, run a nursery. There's something involving children and wisdom. That sort of combination might be universities or colleges that are in focus this week. It might be where to put your children for their schooling, because we have got the investigation card here, the compass is looking over at the ship, which is a card of travel, can be business and commerce. And the key. This is like the answer, the resolution, the yes card. It's a kind of like, let's go. Now, it might be that you're getting the keys to a new car this week, for example, and you've just been, you know, investigating about what to do with it. Maybe you know, want to get a bigger car because you've got children. But this can suggest a really successful business project as well. Or if there's a trip you're planning and taking, it's a good one and it's protected and it's one you've done a lot of investigative work on, and now's the time to go for it. So I just sort of felt that it was someone who was looking at where to educate their children, or how to educate their children, if that resonates, and now making inroads in that direction. So we'll just take a little bit of clarification for you. Libra, tell me about the compass. It's not the compass, it's the magnifying glass. Magnifying glass for Libra. Magnifying glass for Libra. Magnifying glass for Libra. Right, I really just feel that this is where the complete commitment is coming in here, because the Magician in reverse here, he can be flying, might be tricky. I don't see that. I'm actually seeing that this is scattered energy. This is not focusing properly in, you know, a department that you need to be focusing in, that you've been putting off. You might have been sort of like, you know, waiting for the Seven of Pentacles here, deciding where to, you know, place your time, your investment, your money, your resources here. Maybe being a bit on the defensive or standing your ground on something. But we are now moving forward this week with the ship card. It's a card of movement and travel. The ship for Libra. The ship for Libra. And King of Swords again. I'm not sure, it was kind of in reverse. The ship card for Libra. Page of Wands. I think this is to do with a child. Christ, I don't know how many family members you've got here. So they're all in reverse. All of them are in reverse. A Page of Wands, a Knight of Wands, a King of Swords. So I think this could be your husband, your brother, your brother-in-law, your child. There is a need here, I think, with this complete commitment card. It's about bringing people together. That is literally the answer. And it might involve like traveling, you know, maybe a big group of you, or just getting together and getting round a table and maybe having that conversation. Because obviously there is some sort of like a defensiveness here. I'm not going to take archetypes in all three of them. It just speaks that there's a lot of energy here that's in reverse and it needs to be moved on. And it's only going to happen if you completely involve yourself in what this is for the next 7 days. So, you know, if there's any kind of, you need to have a certain amount of faith in your family relations or in your friendships that they can like return to a happy place. Show me the key for Libra. The key for Libra. Too many. Oh my gosh, that's the Queen of Swords in reverse. There's the Three of Cups in reverse. Oh my lordy, Libra. Right, you do have the Star at the base of the deck, which is a card of healing, hope and guidance. So both the Queen and King of Swords are in reverse here. This is your own energies in reverse. It might mean that you get some sort of answers here. Three of Cups being in reverse, it can be that you're, you know, not getting together, you're cancelling some sort of reunion here. Interestingly, that there's three here, and this is the Three of Cups in reverse. I don't know how you sort it, because you've literally been told you need to fully commit to possibly a child. You know, I don't know if you have like a choice. Maybe there's like a dispute between your child and your partner. You're kind of being told that, you know, the wise thing to do is support the child. It might be an unruly child here that kind of needs to be, you know, taken in hand. But the Three of Cups, this is like, there's no coming together here. Blimey, Libra. You've had a couple of decent ones recently. What is the key? Why is the Queen of Swords in reverse for the key for Libra? Too many. Why is the Queen of Swords in reverse for Libra? Right, it is something to do with some sort of reunion here. Some family get together, and someone is studying, trying to work out, I don't know where you go, how you all get together, whether it's possible. Someone's hitting the books here. And that's what the magnifying glass is. This is studying. This is looking at your options, you know, investigatory work. And it just feels that it's difficult to get everyone on the same page about some sort of get together here. So let me just take you some advice and see if that clears it up. Show me advice for Libra. Advice for Libra. If this is something that resonates and you understand what it is, Libra, with the complete immersion card, this is something that needs your full attention. That's basically what that's saying. Advice for Libra for this next 7 days. Right, so there's like stuff coming up here with the elder. I'm sure you've had this a number of times, and it is about moving beyond limitations that have been set for us by family members, sometimes past and present. So it's about, you know, ploughing your own path, so to speak, and being conscious of the patterns within the patterns, but basically choosing to create your own story, your own destiny, regardless as to what is expected of you. Traveling in a new direction, that is the key. That is the answer with the ship. Travel in a new direction. Do things differently. Do not sort of like conform to what is expected of you. Because it is a case of, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're always going to get the same results. And from everybody being in reverse here, it's obviously not panning out in a great way. So do something completely different and fully commit to it. Gemini. Up next, Gemini, you have got the guidance beacon, my fairy beacon. Guidance, where will it leave you? Or lead you to? Try and speak, Marina. Sea beacon fairy, guidance, but where will it lead you to? So this is not knowing whether you're going to be guided to safe harbour or you're going to crash on the rocks, basically. Now, I don't know if specifically this guidance is coming from a mother, but with mother and gnosis, this is basically saying that mother knows best. So you may need advice, but I am seeing all the air signs have got the clouds at the base of the deck here. Some doubt, confusion, and maybe some poor weather this week, especially with Sea Beacon Fairy. So there is, like, you know, somebody's got a decision here in the Gemini reading, a decision in love, a very painful one, a difficult one. It may be regarding the mother of their own children, but I really do feel that this is literally saying that there is some sort of a truth here. There is like an inner knowing or a knowledge that once learned can't be, you know, unknown, so to speak. And it is regarding a feminine, a mother. The issue is the whip. Obviously, the whip is a very negative card. It can speak of sex, but it's not in a good way. It can speak that someone has two lovers to choose from. It can speak of someone who's very in and out on the love front, very non-committal. I can say that there's like a heartfelt decision that needs to be taken here, but there is a possibility of some sort of violent emotion, violent outburst. This can also speak of someone who has multiple sexual partners, and that in itself is creating arguments. So let's have a look. I'll use my fairies for Gemini for the next 7 days. Show me the heart card for Gemini next 7 days. Heart card for Gemini next 7 days. Singer of Initiation. So someone is making leaps here to express themselves. 369. That's nice. Yeah, gosh, I meant to say Libra. Was it Libra? You had 44 on your immersion card. And you had 44 as your investigation work, and then you had 3 for the ship and 3 for the key. So there's a lot of synchronicities came through in your reading, Libra. So this is someone who's on the romantic front here, is taking some sort of something to the next level, basically. There's like a passage through trial here when the Singer of Initiation comes up. It can be a bit of a breakthrough or an acceptance of where you stand, and the exploration fairy basically is about freedom and expression. Somebody is like, you know, breaking out, breaking free of maybe a romantic partnership, or is just able to make a decision where maybe they weren't before. Show me the pathways. It can be exiting a relationship. Sometimes the paths or the roads can speak of, you know, an exit route. It is like arrivals and departures. Show me the pathways or the roads for Gemini. The roads for Gemini or the pathways. What's this decision? Get your feet on solid ground. This is a decision that will be based on what keeps someone grounded for Gemini. The pathways for Gemini. I can see them. What are they? Yeah, so you've got the Pook and you've got Lace the Moon's Daughter here. So someone's looking for a resolution to some sort of riddle. They're getting some sort of, like, you know, crack of light. This is what the Sea Beacon Fairy is. She has got a few wee cracks of light here in terms of guidance. So it's like somebody's following the crumbs here. in terms of how to resolve a love relationship, and they need courage with that because they're very depressed. Show me the ship. No, the whip. The whip for Gemini. The whip for Gemini, please. Why is the whip here? Oh, there's literally my lovesick Romeo sitting on a sex card. Gemini. And this is a masculine energy. Something ending here. And what's ending is someone playing around with lots of different people. Lots of feminine energies. This is someone who really does put it about a bit. Now, it might be something that they don't really want people to know. The Sol is here. This is here the fiery sword can suggest, like, you know, the phallic symbol. There's some sort of truth, and there is a realization here to a certain extent. I'm kind of feeling that someone knows roughly what way they want to go, but they're not 100% sure as to whether it is the right way or whether they can resolve it, and whether they're seeing everything clearly. There is some sort of illumination here. And there might even be an illumination here regarding someone's sex life that someone would very much like to keep under wraps. Show me about Tahom. Show me about Tahom and Solace being reversed. This can be a very immature energy, because I'm seeing the mother here as in mother knows best, you know, and this is where this guidance may be coming from, because Tahom is, his wings haven't fully developed. And Solace, when he's in his upright, is about standing on your own 2 feet. It's about going to the next level of consciousness and understanding. So it feels like a very young energy here. Tell me about Tahom. The Fool in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. This is someone who really is very promiscuous. This is someone who literally doesn't know where to put it. You know, it might be a case of they don't really care where they put it. But in some way, you know, it's not really satisfying them. So they might be getting lots of, you know, random sex, but it's not ultimately satisfying. They might be looking for more of a deeper emotional commitment now. Might want to get them tested first though. Show me. Why is the Ace of Wands in reverse? Now, it can speak that somebody's kind of like run out of ideas. Oh, he's a liar. He's a liar. 7 of Swords. Sneaky. Someone's very sneaky in terms of what they do in their sex life here. Might be someone who likes to, you know, I don't know, bit of a bully boy. This, I mean, because honestly, the Ace of Wands in reverse can speak of like, what's the word? I mean, it can speak of impotence, but it's also about using the phallic inappropriately, you know? Like forcing on people. So reversed. That's the Ace of Swords. Death and 3 of Pentacles. Okay, how do I look for it? I really do feel that somebody here does want an emotional commitment. I just don't know if they're capable of it, quite frankly. I think this is someone who's really immature. I think they have got a lot of, like, you know, stuff in the closet, put it that way. And they would very much like to keep under wraps here. So they might want to, you know, have, you know, caught feelings or want to get in a new relationship with someone that they feel very connected with, but they're just not sure how it's going to pan out. But ultimately, you're not going to know the whole story with this one. You're not going to know the back catalogue, so to speak. Okay, Christ. Gemini, advice for Gemini. Advice for Gemini. Dream and journey. The drum. Alright. We don't know. One is dream and journey, go forward. Another is retreat and recharge. So this is where we're at with this pass in the middle, you know. A decision to make, not knowing which way to go. So I think with that, there's a bit of a push me, pull me here. And I can't really see that anyone's going to make any clear-minded decisions here. I honestly think that someone is sufficiently honest with themselves and others and mature to have that kind of relationship. And I think that's why someone is like, you know, in and out, in and out. Okay guys, that's your reading, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.